Entrepreneurs are the champions of any economy. They're the risk takers, the trailblazers, the planners, and the pioneers. I'm Masachaba Lekalake. Welcome to the first season of the Big Break Legacy.
Business ideas and opportunities are everywhere, but it takes a certain kind of person to spot them. It takes an entrepreneur, someone who can recognize an opportunity and turn it into a successful business. South Africa needs world-class entrepreneurs. The Big Break Legacy is going to find one. From thousands of hopefuls, 12 of the country's finest entrepreneurs made it through. From all walks of life, from all parts of the country, all with one thing in common: the drive and ambition to convince our 4 board members that they should be the winner of the 5 million rand investment prize. The Big Break Legacy.
Each week, our entrepreneurs will compete in teams to impress our board. The stakes are very high, as the entrepreneur who fails to impress the board will be sent home, losing that 5 million rand investment. The board consists of South Africa's foremost business minds who know just what it takes to land that big break. Ezra Ndwandwe is the founder of the Big Break Legacy and one of South Africa's leading business strategists.
The Big Break Legacy's objective is really to make sure that people understand that they have it in them to actually go out there and make a difference.
Wendy Luhabe is a pioneer in bridging the gap between business and social responsibility.
What I hope to achieve with the Big Break Legacy is to have shaped a new economic landscape in South Africa that is primarily driven by entrepreneurs.
Dr. Werner Barkhuizen, an organizational psychologist, he's helped many entrepreneurs find their true potential.
The reason I'm involved with Big Break Legacy is I believe we have one opportunity and you have one shot to make a difference. It's not about creating more jobs, it's about creating businesses that can provide jobs.
Before taking on his current role as editor of Business Report, Ellis Mnyandu worked in New York and London covering the global economy.
The South African entrepreneur should be driven, decisive, a risk taker, a good communicator, and a good networker.
Vying for the attention of the judges are 12 of South Africa's brightest up-and-coming entrepreneurs. Each of them come from different provinces and different backgrounds, but they all have one thing in common. They each had a business idea that set them apart from thousands of other entrants. Let's meet our first 3 entrepreneurs and the family and friends who support them. Macy Nkosi is a businesswoman involved in hospitality and construction.
I'm going to be the first black woman in Mpumalanga to own a 5-star hotel.
She has this strong personality and she's somebody who believes in herself.
She's an outgoing person, open, intelligent.
I want to see more women, especially women, having franchises of Belaboni hotels.
Paul Kim is the founder of Edge Campus, an interactive learning tool targeted at high school learners.
I started off my career in actuarial science. Actuarial science for myself was a rather selfish profession. I have all these skills, these talents, these resources, and I could be better using them in the space or in the area of education.
It's more than a relationship between a boss and a worker. It's more of a friendship and really colleagues working together.
It's not me making all the right decisions and being smart and clever and all of that. It's just the opportunity that God has blessed me with in order to get to this point.
Bernadette Simon is the founder of QOS Solutions, a company geared towards improving clients' technology infrastructure.
Me and my lovely husband here have been married for 3 years now.
We always tend to resolve our differences, conquer all the challenges placed in front of us.
Her love and support, not just for herself, but for her husband, her child.
I believe that I was born to be an entrepreneur, to come up, with ideas. You focus and you get that job done. You believe in yourself. If anything, you must have self-belief.
We'll get to know the rest of our entrepreneurs a little later, but before we do, it's time for our first challenge. Our entrepreneurs have no idea what the challenge will entail. And of course, their nerves are running quite high at this stage. In just a moment, Ezra and his board will arrive, and the pressure will really be on. The Big Break Legacy Board have decades of unique business knowledge and experience. And for the first time, passionate about the future of South Africa. They've joined forces to decide which one of our 12 entrepreneurs is best qualified to win the Big Break Legacy.
Guys, hello and welcome to the Big Break Legacy.
Hi.
Entrepreneurs play a very important role in the market. They create jobs, they transform society, and they transform industries. However, entrepreneurs have got a responsibility too to contribute and to share their experiences as well. You guys will be divided into two teams. The color of the ottoman that you're sitting on is the team that you're in. So there's an orange team and there's a green team. You'll be taken to the marketplace where you would see street vendors that sell the same thing, the same way, at the same price. Your entrepreneurial challenge is to pimp their stalls and to create a unique selling proposition for them in order to attract more sales.
When I heard what the task was, I was excited. I thought it was going to be easy, but it wasn't easy.
We're taken out of a comfort zone. We're not sitting in aircon offices, we're not going to shopping centers, we're going to the local people.
First of all, for you to be able to meet the challenge, you're going to have to work together as a team. And secondly, at the end of each challenge, there will be a review. And out of that review, the best performing individual in this challenge will be called the blue chip individual. And with that comes benefits. At the end of each challenge again, there'll be a review session where there'll be two people that are up for review. And unfortunately, one of them would have to leave the show. We've got a toolkit in which you will find resources that would assist you to meet this challenge. There's a laptop, there's a cell phone, there's a 3G card to use to access the internet, as well as a budget for this challenge. This budget is 500 rands for this challenge. We cannot give it to the vendor itself. Are we clear on that?
Yes. Ezra, are we expected to make profit out of that 500 rands?
When we evaluate your results, it would not only be based on the outcomes, it would also be based on the approach that you employed.
As far as the people who come up for review, would they be from the losing team?
It would be the two weakest individuals across the entire group. In your planning, there will always be time limits. So you can do it within time frames, and you will be given those time frames.
I come from a software development background, so when they told us a vendor, same price, same product, same place, I thought, wow, this is really interesting.
When I heard the first task, I really got excited. And even the vision of the group was an opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life, and through that person, through the power of television, make the difference through the life of thousands others.
Abongile Magwazima is the founder of Township Times, a unique interactive news and information service.
Township Times is about getting the community talking, sharing, growing together. You have all the power in the world you need when people come together.
He believes in what he believes in, and he's willing to argue that to the nth degree.
I see myself as being yours in the quest for truth to a better world.
Charles Shwe is the founder of iPlant and has a concept for a unique novelty gift.
My dad was in the Taiwanese Navy for many, many years. This is one of the battleships that he captained. My dad is a pretty keen golfer. I suppose that's where I inherited some of my love for sports from.
He's a great friend. I mean, he's always someone that you can rely on. Give him a call, he's there in a flash.
These entrepreneurs, they wake up with a smile on their face, going to work because they love what they do. And I said to myself, that's what I want to do. I want to wake up in the morning and love going to work because I'll make a difference.
Bulelwa Nomlala's business concept seeks to introduce affordable medical aid to underprivileged or low-income employees in South Africa.
I'm not doing this for me or my family. My main aim is to develop the community.
Her passion is to try and boost the environment where she's working.
She thoroughly enjoys seeing people succeed. She wants to place people wherever they rightfully belong.
even if you can be a woman, you can achieve and stand and become the person you are and show everybody that it doesn't have to be a female or a male. You can still be the person you want to be.
Before the teams can come up with a concept, they have to understand the challenge. The teams will take to the streets of Johannesburg to try get an understanding of the market and to identify ways in which a vendor could distinguish themselves. The green team won the toss and chose Mama Monica's takeaway restaurant. The orange team went off to ask Mama Agnes what she needed to improve her store. They'll need to identify the unique selling point of their vendors, the one aspect of the stall that sets them apart from the others. The teams will have exactly 1 hour to brainstorm a concept for the entrepreneurial challenge. The concept needs to be focused and well thought through. The team will need to take into account their available budget, their limited time, and the market segment they're trying to attract. And when the time runs out, they'll have to pitch their concept to the board.
Bernadette, she was pressing on the idea of flyers. And I kind of repeatedly said that that's not going to fly. That's not going to work.
They go out and go and distribute pamphlets as well.
No. That's garbage.
I think I should have been a bit more stronger and in trying to get my point through. Because I felt like they were cutting me, every time I wanted to maybe make a comment.
A suggestion box where people
People kind of stood up for what they believe in, which is a good thing. But at the end, we kind of had a meeting of the mind.
Listen to this. You know what?
What are your strengths?
Just hold on. I just want to finish, okay? We do a quick SWOT because they're going to ask us. So we work out what their strength is, weakness is, and if we can see, okay, we do such. When we see the strength and opportunity outweighs these two, therefore we believe it's going to work.
The team members worked as a unit. Even the way in which we identified who would do what tasks, what roles, was based on our understanding of what strengths and abilities we may have.
It's Friday today, we're gonna do a Crazy Friday special.
Go guys, let's go guys. What are you gonna call it? Crazy Friday special.
I was excited and I even encouraged the team that, guys, you know what? This is the simplest task that is given to us, we must give it. So actually I can say the challenge came from the time constraint and the team itself. So you guys are scared to go out and make that sale?
No, we want to make the sale.
And the promotion.
Love to make the sale.
Let's be positive, we're going to make profit.
It definitely was a lot of abrasiveness and trying to understand where it was coming from led to a bit of frustration.
And what she needs in terms of when the client's buying, does she has a calculator?
Can I say answer that one? Because you're always asking questions. Can you come up with an answer for that, please?
It's a very good point.
It's good. Can you come up? Because I think you've got something in mind. You can't keep on asking questions.
It's what I'm saying. What we have, what we're gonna.
Macy, we're just trying to recreate what we've already discussed. So this came up earlier, so that's why she's bringing up earlier. Not that she doesn't know the answer. The planning session was a lot of fun, but what was weird for me was tempers coming out. I thought we had gelled as a group.
We're looking at a Crazy Friday. Second, we're looking at the educational soft skills side of things. Right?
It's a special Crazy Friday special.
There you go.
The teams know when they have 1 minute left to brainstorm when the lights on the think tanks begin to pulse.
We can create market demand because...
Let's go out there and do our thing.
What were some of the challenges that you experienced this morning?
The specific stand that we got to, it looked like exactly like the stand right next to it. And so exact same product, exact same pricing. Well, this is going to be a challenge.
It's really, really humbling to see that the work is no easier for a fruit and veg stand than it is for a big beverage company.
Who did you identify on the street?
We identify Agnes, and it was so exciting because I'm from that background as well. I started as a hawker. So when I introduced myself and telling Agnes where I come from, it was so exciting. And I could identify with this business as well.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. How was your morning?
We were off to a rocky start, but I guess it's because we've got strong personalities, which actually helped when it came to the actual execution of the task.
Hence, we did our SWOT analysis and came up with a brilliant plan. And that plan will make that woman sustainable.
Bernadette, what did you take out of this experience today?
People just need that opportunity that exposure. If we can just give her a bit of our strategy, then we're hoping that she's going to be more profitable.
Thank you very much. And well done.
Yeah.
In business, time is money. Decision makers are busy and their time is precious. Smart entrepreneurs know that if they want to make an impression, they have to be able to pitch an idea in very little time.
We're BBL team, Big Break Legacy Team Orange. Our goal comes down to 3 objectives: promo and marketing, merchandising and design, as well as skills and capacitation. Under promo and marketing, we've got an idea for specials, Crazy Friday specials. Under merchandising and design, we're literally looking at how we can distinguish My Agnes's store from the rest. And under capacitation and skills, we're also looking at what long-term impact we can have in terms of skills we can transfer and information or awareness we may create for My Agnes and her business. Thank you.
Let's talk about the short term.
Short term, which is the Crazy Friday special, we're just looking to see how we can assist her in getting ways to move her stock.
How did you understand and analyze what would really be a USP?
We need to make sure that people know where My Agnes is. So the setup will be different as compared to the rest of the other vendors.
Thank you very much. It sounds like you've got a plan. Good luck in executing it. Thank you. Ellis, what do you think?
I think the team is cohesive. They understand what the challenge that they're up to, and they're going to do great.
They may be over-promising. They've got 3 very big ideas that they may not be able to fulfill.
The task presentation went really well for us. I think the judges loved our task presentation. And I really must say, Abong Ngile did a fantastic job.
The task presentation was excellent. We knew what we were talking about. We knew what we wanted. It's only the attitude.
Sean, you've got 1 minute to tell us what your plan is.
Excellent. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sean. I'm representing the Green Giants, so we formally call ourselves. We received a task to pimp my vendor. We arrived, I called heads. The vendor we got was Monica's Dreams Kitchen. As we arrived, we spoke in her vernacular tongue, which was Zulu, to get really who she is, what her problems are, what her strengths, what her weaknesses are. During that process, we actually discovered a whole lot that she's done. She's been in business for 12 years. She's a professional. She's been at the spot for 10 years. So the sustainability was already there. What we could do as entrepreneurs was bring in a new, fresh look to what she has. The biggest pimp that we'll be doing to upgrade will be health and hygiene. As she is in the food industry and making food, which is all African meals, we will be going in there to basically clean up a little bit. We'll be buying some,
Your time is up, Sean, sorry.
The objective was to clearly articulate what you wanted to achieve in 1 minute, in a very short space of time. I did not get that.
So you say how you're going to pimp this vendor is by improving hygiene and health for her, by cleaning her store, is that correct?
That's correct. If the health department were to arrive there, there was a high case of her being closed down because of health and hygiene regulations.
I don't buy that, hey? There are other vendors around there that sell food. If the health department was to walk around there, I mean, they would close everybody. They would have to close everybody, so I don't buy that. Do you believe that this is the best plan that this team could come up with?
We've thought of all ideas on how we're going to make the approach. We've done all that strategy work, that you want to actually promote that traditional home-cooked meal. That's the unique selling point.
That's a USP.
Yes, that's it. Good luck. Let's get to work. Thank you.
Thank you. Right at the end, Bernadette mentioned traditional home-cooked meals, and that for me is a USP.
You know, he needed to speak about this in like 1 minute, but he didn't get the message through properly of what we were trying to achieve.
Before we get into our challenge, here's an in-depth look at 3 more of our entrepreneurs. Sean Hyde is an entrepreneur that gets people to grow trees from seeds.
Grow a Tree, which he's currently busy with now, was his 5th attempt at his entrepreneurial business.
He knows what he wants to do, and he knows what he needs to do to achieve it.
I want to be remembered as a person who greened South Africa, who came out of the shadows and inspired the nation to actually grow themselves, instead of expecting someone else to grow them.
Graham Rowe's vision is to make the best healthcare simpler and more affordable for every South African using genetic technology.
Graham's best quality is his passion and energy and drive. You know, it's a couple of things, but it's just his enthusiasm.
I started being really interested in business from a pretty young age. My dad always wanted me to be interested in money and investments.
He's very personable. He's able to interact with people quite well and get on, and yet still get work done.
Being an entrepreneur, a big part of it is about leaving a lasting mark on society. So for me, the thing is really about developing the people around me and unleashing their energy.
Lebohang Khitani designs and manufactures tombstone masterpieces.
This is my vision board. It gives me strength every day to visualize what I want to achieve.
He's really just wanted to be really adventurous as a child, like feeding himself in the gumboots of his dad.
His best quality is his drive and his ambition. He's the kind of person that would actually call you in the evening at 11 o'clock and tell you that, I have this idea that I want us to discuss.
In 10 years' time, I see myself as a top player. I see myself as the big man in the tombstone game.
We're in the hustle and bustle of Yeovil, the Yeovil Market and Taxi Range. So there are people everywhere. There's loud music, there are different stalls, people selling different things, but to tell you the truth, everyone looks like they're pretty much selling the same thing. So I'm interested to know how our contestants are doing and if, their strategies have pretty much worked. So let's go find out. The Green team have done their research and are now implementing their plans to revamp Mama Monica's restaurant.
Into ekuhlonza nabanye abantu wonke bamabhizinisi okuhle lawo yabona noma ngathiwa sidayisa ukudla kwabantu abahambele ngengcolile kodwa nje abantu ukuthi indawo eclean yabona bayajabula bayakhombisa uyabahlonipha bakhombisa ukuhlonipha ngokuthi kuba indawo eclean yabona.
Hi, how's it going? Yes.
Sebenzile, how are you guys doing?
Cruising. Yeah. So we're going to put the board over there with today's specials. So someone comes here, attracted by the today's specials, they order that.
And that's the last thing you need to see anyway.
Exactly.
We bring customers in. Yeah. Some of the guys, while we're busy here, there's 2 guys running around getting orders. So at least there's movement. We're getting fit, which was one of the challenges.
First customer. Hungry young man. He needs his nutrition. All right, let's go get food.
So how have you managed to distinguish your business from the next store? Because there's so many people selling the same thing.
Most of the people, I would say 90% of the people I've spoken to, they all know Monica's.
Okay.
So I said to them, Monica's running a special for every set meal you buy, you get a free juice, and they're loving it. So that's why I'm doing takeaways.
Fantastic. So you're seeing a difference there.
Exactly.
Your strategy is working.
So far, so good.
Fabulous. Enjoy your lunch. Bye-bye. All right, let's go check out the rest. The orange team went off to pimp Mama Agnes's vegetable stall.
Besinento zintathu besizicinga. Uzawuzama uphusha ama-sales. Wesa stock besithethe ngaso. Sizozama ukuthetha ukuncokola about i-visual display. Sincokole nawo ukuba singenza njani just to make it more attractive and also ibe more visible from emnyango. And then 3, besinenjongo zokuthetha about sort of long term, what opportunities ithini indawo la kuma-seat and into. But uSis Macy, the team leader yethu izosichazela ukuthi senze njani. Kodwa sikhona ke le ndawo.
Ba tlo go ruta gore o tlo dira jwang o tlo dira jwang ne nna re tlo go nyakela di-customer ke because wa bona Mama Agnes mo a gona motho a kgonang go bona gore this is Agnes place wa bona. We need to get something e tlo go bontshang gore mo ke ga gago. When you're outside, when you say Crazy Friday special, they must know what about that guy. They must come to you. I identify the task with what I did before in my life. I worked in the taxi rank before. I did sell veggies before. The challenges were hidden. The time constraint and to organize everything at that moment within 2 hours, it wasn't easy at all. Onions?
Just missing. Let us just buy it for now. I think it's I think in
stock set we can promote. We are not around the stock cycle. Let's gamble with our stock. As soon as the promotion is stock set, that was the agreement. That's how she makes it work. Okay,
on game day, it was a challenge because there were so many things happening, and so we had to trust her as a leader to make the right decisions on the day.
Hello guys.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Fine. Well, I'm more worried about you. I mean, you've got the very difficult task of, this looks like one big stall to me, first of all, but they're all separate little stalls.
Yeah.
How have you attracted attention to this particular stall when they all look the same?
First of all, just get it all knitted up, just getting a bit of a cloth going. And then most of our produce has generally been flat. Now we actually want to raise it so that it is at eye level as you move along. So that's what we want to do. Once we've done that, then we just want to run out and sell. Yeah.
I like the fact that they're visible.
Yeah.
So now you're going to go into the streets and attract people to the store. Does
Exactly.
the store have a name? How do people even know which one? Because there's like 50 of them here.
Wow. Fortunately, I think we were beat for time. Otherwise, the idea was to have Ma Agnes's store posters hanging from the rafters. But we'll see.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see.
Good luck.
All right. Siyenze ngola hlobo. Hayi, ngifuna ukusigayida.
Ngithi istock izosebenzisa.
Ngifuna ukusigayida.
But uyavuma ukuthi ashoko sikhuluma ngayo. Yeah.
So then let's try and just get it down. Yeah.
This tablecloth, how much did you buy? Yeah, we have tables outside. 100, like my store. I think it started with Abongile, and everybody was excited when I came up with ideas.
So we save money then as well?
Guys,
yes.
Let some of us go outside. Let's have something else. Yeah, because we are all 4 inside and it's only 2 outside. So I even joked about that to say, oh, we are done with your promo. It was beautiful. Let's proceed. Yeah. But then he began to be irritated, you know, things like that. It's just messy, it's just messy. I was like, what's this attitude?
In terms of the task at hand, I felt that branding, merchandising, couple that with what we wanted to give in terms of long-term skill to our client, and then what we needed to do on the short term, which is sales, promotions, marketing. So there were 3 components that we needed to achieve, and only one component was given priority.
Do you want to take it? Just give it over.
Just keeping my fingers crossed, this must go. Or else my ass is on the line here.
Now, I want to see what you guys look at. Polystyrene. We only have 10 of them left.
Okay, no, that's fine. We're not going to buy that because you normally don't buy that. That's fine.
Sean is like whiskey. He's a quiet taste. When I first met him, I'm like, okay, this guy is loud. He likes to be a center of attention, but he means no harm.
So we got 10 left. That's it. She normally buys that, so let's not waste our money on that.
We got some cleaning utensils. We've got this for when the guys are going to eat because she didn't have anything. I mean, people would just come in and sit and eat.
Then we've got the book, it's for all the customer, for the customer base.
For collecting database, for her to be able to send SMSs for when she's got specials.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is that all? Yes. They should be back by now. It's already 15:15, eh? Yeah, already 15:15. They should be back by now. The person I'm proud of in the sense of I've got a lot of respect for him because he surprised me will be Lebohang. He cooked up a lot of ideas on the go. And so did Mufundu. Those 2 were the biggest surprise for me.
Right now we're here trying to make these pamphlets for the lady for Monica's place so that at least she can get maximum exposure.
You know, I should be going to go and look for some.
Are you artist?
I'm not.
You're going to look for some customers, Sola.
Yeah.
Bernadette went off early in the challenge to hand out pamphlets.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is like 15 rand.
Yes, yes. The transfer toilet tafula, the tablecloth, the plastic. Na ke rona le lenyana within an hour se re thotse di veggie.
Wa shesha.
Hey, 10 rand. Friday crazy special for guys, 10 rand, everything is here. Crazy special for Friday.
My concern is simple. If we're going to be moving a product on a promotional basis, and we're also trying to show a client how to maximize their business, to grow their business, there is no value, in my opinion, in moving a product that should cost 22 rand at 10 rand.
Messi, you just cross this one quickly.
Yeah.
How much is that?
10 rand.
Is this 10 rand? That's a deal. Is that, are you sure? Is that right? That's
Yeah,
3.
it is, yeah.
Okay.
10 rand.
So guys, how's it going?
Yeah, it's promising, it's exciting, we've just started. I think things are going all right.
But, I mean, is everything falling and happening according to plan?
It is.
It is?
Given the changes you've made, how will we make sure that this will be sustainable in terms of her business?
I think Mama Agnes needs to be there so that they know her, because we are alone here, and when we were pricing, Mama Agnes went out, in and out, in and out.
So she needs to be able to do and generate the sales that you guys are going to generate for her today. How is she going to do that tomorrow? Because, I mean, if she leaves that stall to come here, what happens there?
We are still trying to make a Crazy Friday banner, and we're trying to brand Mama Agnes so that when they come in, they can see Mama Agnes.
You have 30 minutes to wrap up.
Okay.
Okay. Time is mine. Let's go back to work, guys.
Okay, right. Thank you.
The green team frantically put up signs in an effort to attract more customers.
Uyakwazi ukuyisebenzisa i-CCD ma?
Yebo, ngiyakwazi abantwana
ufike endaweni wena uyakwazi?
Ngiyakwazi nami ukuyisebenzisa.
What is critical for us is to maximize our exposure, and part of that is through advertising, as you can see, and also the pamphlet that you've actually developed for her, just to ensure that you actually create more markets which she has not been actually exposed to.
You do know that time is money.
100%.
And you guys are fast running out of time. Within the next 30 minutes, you have to wrap. You must finish this. So stick to your plans. I want to see profit. I want to see all the beautiful things that you wanted to implement. Okay? Okay. All right.
We are wrapping up in 30 minutes.
Okay.
That's fine. We've got 30 minutes. We need to think about Indaba Zealand as a profit. We don't have time to run around.
Let's have people buying. We have to get people. Let's go out there and get sales. Yeah.
All right, let's go find customers. Come on.
Why not?
Okay, what do you want to order?
No, it's two.
Two. I got two more customers.
Chicken, ma. Chicken or two, ma. Call more people. Call more people.
Chicken and the pop.
Not spinach.
Bernadette, you've kind of disappeared from the radar for a while. What have you been up to?
I've been busy trying to get some customers to add on to her database, so that when they have specials, she can SMS that through.
Considering that the profit margins are quite low, do you really think she's going to have airtime to SMS people?
I'm hoping that she will.
Okay.
You know, even if it's, I don't know.
Yeah. And how is business doing? How's it working so far?
So far, it's. I'm just getting like a few. I've just managed to get a few names and numbers for her.
Yeah. Are people buying?
I've been. You know what the thing is that people are saying they're full and stuff, and I'm saying, please, you must come and support me.
Okay, so you're trying to establish relationships for the future, hopefully.
For future, yes.
Okay, all right.
Even if they're not, even if they're not buying today, hopefully then they're buying tomorrow.
Okay, well, I hope so for your sake. Time is running out for both teams. Now the pressure's really on.
As part of her education, we're looking to get Mama Agnes a calculator and a notepad so that she can keep track of her expenses and her income.
10 rand, 10 rand. 10 rand only today.
Okay. Thanks, Sissy. All right, next time then. All right. Okay, guys, time is up. How did it go?
We ran short of stock because we had to buy our things here. The time was limited. We needed to have something to sell. So we had to buy from the competitors, and they are just escalating the prices.
How many special packs did you sell? 15. At what price?
10 rand.
At 10 rand. There is hope, Mama. Don't lose hope. If you continue to do the things that you're doing and do them right, you have a chance of making a successful business. Okay, thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Njani? Sine special namhlanje la mama.
The green team have spent a lot of time setting up their store.
Call more people. Call more people.
Chicken and the pop.
Have they left it too late?
So guys, the time is up. How did it go?
Excellent. I think we had a great turnout, to be honest with you. Yes, definitely. I mean, the Oros definitely drew the people in, the free drink.
We sold out on a few dishes, so it's all good.
Mama, bakwazile ukukunceda laba bafana?
Yebo, bakwazile ukunginceda, especially since you don't know.
Why did you guys not even think of giving Mama a big break apron?
We had passion just to draw people here.
All right.
Can I add one more thing for Mama, please? Mama, while I was out there busy trying to give the pamphlets, got some contact numbers, you must add your database there, and then hopefully you can do your bulk SMSing. I know sometimes it might be expensive, but you know, if you can just try, that's a good way of marketing and bringing more people.
Mama, on behalf of our team, we would like to give you this apron.
After a tough day at the market, it's time to meet our final 3 entrepreneurs. Fundo Tango manufactures fortified foods.
Belende Foods goes beyond being an individual business. The community that surrounds us have to actually benefit from what we do as business.
Fundo is someone who loves his family. He loves his kids, he loves his wife.
He is a good communicator, and he's able to use that tool very well.
We want to ensure that we feed Africa, because Africa's solutions will come from the same continent, which is Africa.
Bongani Nkuna's vision is to contribute towards the economic development of his community by encouraging them to recycle tires.
He's hardworking. He loves us as his family. I believe that if you love someone, you don't look at their flaws. I always focus on what he's good at.
The legacy that I want to leave, when it happens that I pass on, there was once a person who wanted to change people's lives and to make an impact in the community.
Sebenzile Kumalo's concept, Exclusive Kids, offers education opportunities to disadvantaged youth through children's parties and computer schools.
This is my mom, Nomsa Kumalo. She adores kids. I think I took it from her. This is my daughter. She's the reason why I breathe every day. I come from a family of 5 boys, so I had to toughen up. I ended up playing soccer, netball. I also did athletics. We always complaining about the government. We forget that we actually are the government, you know. The more entrepreneurs, it means more job opportunities.
Wow, yesterday's challenge was crazy. Were they any good? It's now up to the board to decide. Our entrepreneurs might be exhausted, but they're not off the clock yet. They've implemented their ideas, but now they'll be judged on their successes or failures.
Before the review, it was very tense, and Mfundo had to intervene.
Between me and our team leader, Sis Macy, there definitely was conflict.
Ezra and Verna will head to the soundproof review room to watch clips from yesterday's challenge and brief the other judges on the action of the day. The entrepreneurs can only watch nervously while the judges talk about them, but they'll have to wait for the final judgments to find out what the judges think.
You would remember that we had agreed that it wasn't really so much about making profit on the 500 rands that we had given them, but also we were looking for a character, for somebody that is displaying an entrepreneurial character. In this case, the challenge was for them to create a unique selling proposition to separate one stall and one store from the rest of them in order to increase traffic as well as create more sales.
Both teams disappointed me in the sense that they didn't really execute on the actual task. We expected a USP and therefore USP-related activities, and at the end of the day, they were out there to make money.
I think the Orient team were more cohesive. If you're an entrepreneur, you just can't compete solely on price. There's something called product differentiation. Your presentation will go a long way in making customers be aware of the value that you seek to offer. So the idea of a combo, I quite like it. It's unique. It's a full meal, so to speak.
If you have a very clear plan and you're much better prepared, your execution is more effective.
Yes. Yes. We've made the decision. Shall we go and tell them now? Yes, let's go. Hello, everyone. Hi. How did it go yesterday? It was interesting. I mean, you guys were separated into 2 teams. And of course, I mean, for you to be able to meet your challenge, which was, of course, to create a unique selling proposition for the vendor that you were assigned, you needed to work as a team. Is that correct? In some cases, you did work as a team, and in other cases, you did not work as teams, which concerned me quite a lot. I was also concerned by the fact that your focus was on making more money than what we had given you. That's not what this show is about. Orange team, you guys had Mama Agnes to assist. You came up with brilliant ideas, spontaneous ideas, good ideas, practical, simple ideas, like buying her resources that would make her work better all the time, like a calculator. I like the idea of a ledger. You empowered her. That's simple stuff. But I mean, the practicality of some of the ideas that we came up with was absolutely difficult.
We decided to take some time to establish our strengths, weaknesses, and how we like to work in a team. And in that already, Macy came out and she said, I'm hyper, I like to get things done, I'm driven, and sometimes you guys need to hold me back and tell me, slow down.
The green team, you guys didn't really give me a sense that you were working as a team at all. I was disappointed with seeing you guys like functioning as individuals. You needed to work as entrepreneurs, as a team. You even gave Mama Monica the disc with a template of the pamphlets, but no one bothered to find out whether or not she has the resources to use this disc. The idea of collecting cell phones, Bernadette, does this now mean that she has to go back and buy airtime in order for her to send SMSs for people to come and buy her specials? That's a cost to the business. You were not considerate of those things.
I thought we all did our little bits just to get that task done. That's how we understood it.
We congratulate the Orange team for being the winners of this week. Well done, guys. Well done to you guys. You guys stuck to a plan. You had a plan of execution. You stuck to that plan. I do know that there were some gaps somewhere, but you actually executed the plan that you had presented to us. And for that, congratulations.
We actually slept like babies, all of us. We were so adamant that, no, we've won this. This is in the bag for us.
There's 3 people that we're going to call upon. One of those guys would get the status of a blue chip. Benefits of a blue chip is you will have the advantage of a 6-team member as a blue chip status. Very important status to have. Now, the blue chip of the week is Macy Nkosi.
The blue chip this week has won the catch a break card, which means they have immunity in next week's episode and will not be sent home.
For this task, I was the strongest person.
I'm not too sure really that whether the winning of the blue chip really says that you were right. The winning of the blue chip in this particular instance says that you did something that stood out.
After the break, we'll announce the 2 people that are up for review, and one of you will go home. I'm now going to call the people that are up for review. Bernadette Simon, please come forward. Bernadette, you're up for review because when we looked at how you're implementing the challenge, you were disconnected. I didn't see you, and as an entrepreneur, I expect of you to take an initiative to really agree to a role that will showcase your best skills as an entrepreneur.
I think we all gave it 100%. I don't think that there was anybody that was, you know, for me, that was absolutely outstanding.
Paul, please come forward. Paul, again, I think that you were very quiet. You were almost like walking in somebody's shadow and you were playing it safe. Wasn't comfortable about that. You both are intelligent people. You both have potential. But I think that you didn't really show me that you have what it takes.
I had no idea why I was up there. He mentioned that the 2 other ideas that came from our department were great, and I found myself defending myself.
I'm now going to give each one of you 30 seconds to convince us as a board as to why you should not leave the show at this stage. You've got 30 seconds, Paul, starting now.
Ezra and the board, you just spoke earlier about the merits of working as a team. And in a team, we were given different responsibilities. Some were outward-facing, some were exciting, others were support services. My responsibility that I was given was to support Agnes, or Mama Agnes, in her education. You already mentioned that the calculator was a great idea, that the ledger was a great idea. On top of that, we created a tiny template so we could simplify her record keeping. I think after the hour that I spent with her, she came away with improved knowledge of how to run her business more efficiently. But you obviously won't see the results.
So thank you, Paul. Bernadette?
My focus was on sustainability, especially since that was a concern from Ma Monica. So I was trying to get customers and look at how we could get more customers, more feet into the business. If I'm given the opportunity to stay, at least I promise you that I will showcase more of me. I think I actually worked more behind the scenes.
That's it, Bernadette. Thank you. I'm sorry to announce, Bernadette, it's the end of the road for you. You are not getting the big break. It's been good to have you, and thank you very much. You have huge ambition, and you can make it out there. Just prove me wrong. Thank you, Bernadette.
Perhaps in the future, every episode, I'm going to have a goodbye speech ready. Because when you're up there, it's scary.
I think I've just begun. I think there's so much potential and opportunity out there for me. And I'm grateful to be a part of something so big as the Big Break Legacy.